The Lion King Madness post show. So proud of you right
The
now.
heartbeat and soul of Africa for centuries.
The same rhythm chooses language for communication.
Yes, send me messages long distance through African villages.
Sort of like emails of today.
But nobody hacked their message, y'all.
We are the trouble.
We ask that you please keep your group together, keep up with the party in front of you, and fill in all the available space. It is not necessary to form a single file line. If you are traveling with a stroller, please have children and valuables unloaded before you reach.
Get it, they're calling you.
No.
He said, go take care of the animals. Mr. Zookeeper.
I don't do that anymore. Animals are not my problem anymore. They're a good problem, but not my problem. Marlin? Ray.
You wear these on a rink. It's not an ice rink. It's just a regular rink.
Skates?
What kind? Roller skates. This is when you go gambling, put coins and stuff.
Slot machine.
If you see an animal, help others around you by pointing it
When you
out
don't
to
want
them.
to do this
But
by hand,
remember,
it's very tedious.
shouting or making loud noises won't distract animals to
It's
stay
what Renee
alert.
does.
So try
Women?
Both please keep your eyes on your children and bring your own safety.
You put this
Keep your hands, arms,
Jesse?
It's not a Band-Aid. It's
the vehicle.
like a bigger Band-Aid.
Oh my gosh, what do they call those things?
Ace wraps. Skip goes bandage. Okay, this is what your mom said. Don't get on this when you're a little kid because somebody's gonna come and get you, and you did it anyway.
Ice cream.
It was when you're on the computer and you're talking to the internet. Oh, a chat room.
Everybody else stay to the left. Yes, stay to the left. Stay to the left. Yep. Come on down, folks. Come on down. We're gonna stay to the left.
Hey guys, we're almost there.
You win!
Aren't y'all glad we stayed in this line?
There's one thing about Disney, you can never count on which line's going to be first.
Exactly.
Shortest one you do doesn't work out.
We made it, babe.
I can't believe it.
How long?
We waited that out.
I know, I feel like the rhinos wouldn't get out of the way or something like that.
I'm really glad we didn't leave.
I know.
But how cool if you had been on the safari when it shut down? That would be so cool.
It don't matter to me. Whatever y'all want to do.
Bienvenidos a Kilimanjaro Safaris.
We finally made it through the line really quickly, and now there's a whole other track before we get on. Don't really know what's going on.
Every time we have bad luck.
It's just a ride. Just always blame it on Frank.
I'm not bad at it though.
That must be.
When you go to pick it up, you have to say,
Remain seated with your hands, arms, feet on basic signs, and remember to put your arms. You can arrive
Nope, we gotta make room.
Oh, we can't get on.
That's up to y'all.
There's no way. It's so confusing.
That's fine.
It's okay.
We can be friendly.
In Swahili. My name is Lowell, and I am going to be your safari driver today. And while we're out here in the Harambe Wildlife Reserve, I do ask that you please remain safely seated at all times. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside this vehicle, and be sure to supervise your children. For the safety of the animals, please no eating, drinking, smoking, or flash photography of any kind on the safari. And if at any point you have any animal questions, shout them out. I respond and I answer questions just like a real person. Now we're going to begin our safari out in the Itauri Forest of Northern Africa, home to a lot of large camouflaging animals. These animals are playing a deadly game of hide and seek against predators, where what's at stake is survival.
Oh, there he is.
On the right-hand side is an okapi. And okapi are the only living relative of the giraffe. They just never needed a long neck because their food is very low to the ground. And they're not related to zebra no matter how stripy their butt is. On your left are two different species of antelope. The tan antelope are greater kudu. And if you look carefully, you might just see some reddish-brown antelope called bongo. Oh, there's one ahead of us. Oh, there's a few of them ahead of us. Now, if you were to pet a bongo, the oils on their fur would come off in your hand and turn it orange, like touching a wet paint.
Oh, they're right behind you. Yeah, get ready, take a picture.
Oh, does the oil help them blend in? It's more to do with rainwater. It just helps rainwater kind of slide off of their fur. Think of it like wearing a rain poncho.
Oh yeah, look right.
On your left is black rhino.
Oh, rhino too.
It's the only boulder with legs. Black rhino weigh about 3,500 pounds, and they are considered the smallest species of rhino.
Yep.
Although rhinoceros have no predators, they've been hunted almost to extinction for their horns. That's because some people think rhino horns have magic healing powers. And they don't. They're made of keratin, the same material as our fingernails. On our left are some saddle-billed storks. They stand 6 feet tall with a wingspan of over 9 feet.
Big birds.
And we are now entering the territory of the most dangerous, aggressive animal in the world. Besides humans. It is the hippopotamus. Hippopotamus can weigh over 5,000 pounds. They can run 40 miles per hour. And their teeth are over 18 inches long. And despite all that, they're herbivores. They only eat plants. A group of hippo is called a bloat. So this is a bloat of hippo. The birds are pink-backed pelicans, named after the pink color the males get during mating season. And the blackbirds are vultures. They're just here to eat bugs and dead skin from off the hippos. What hippos like, think of it like a vulture spa day. The sound a hippo makes is called a wheeze honk. It sounds like a deep, hearty laugh. Everyone, please remain seated here. These are Nile Crocodile. See how few of them have their mouths open? That's not a sign of aggression for them. That's how they cool off. They vent their own body heat directly from their open mouths because they don't have sweat glands like we do. Some of these animals would consider our ability to sweat like a superpower. Now, crocodiles don't like to chew their food. Instead, they'll take their prey and they'll smash its body up and down into rocks until they break its skeleton. It's not a good way to go. Luckily, their diet consists mostly of fish. On our right is a baobab tree. Baobab trees are leafless for 9 months out of the year to help them save water in their trunks. In fact, they have so much water in their trunks But sometimes thirsty elephants will pierce them with their tusks to take a little sip of water from out of the hole. Like when a human sticks a straw into a juice box. Or taps a keg.
That's really dope.
And we are now out here in the savannah. It's a vast grassland ecosystem. To your right are some Hartman's mountain zebra. It's easy to tell when a zebra is a mountain zebra. See how the stripes on their butt are much thicker than all the other stripes? That's it. That's the whole thing. On your left-hand side, if you look carefully, there's some painted dogs napping under the tree. No relation to hyena. This is a totally different animal. Painted dogs are the best pack hunters in Africa. They catch more prey than lions do. They're easy to identify because of their fluffy white tails. Now, also on our left-hand side, the gray animals are wildebeest, also known as gnu, spelled G-N-U, named after a mooing sound they make. The brown animals with the curved horns are sable antelope, and their long, backward-facing horns discourage predators from jumping on their back. And there's another mountain zebra. Now these clay pillars here are termite mounds. Termite mounds are as hard as cement, but they're just made of clay, mud, and poop. Some of the biggest termite mounds ever recorded would tower over 20 feet high, roughly the height of an adult giraffe. So zebra stripes are a type of camouflage. Do you guys know what they're camouflaging to? I'll give you a hint, it's not old-timey prisoners. They're camouflaging to other zebra. They blend in with each other. You see, when a predator arrives, the zebra will bunch together and then scatter. And in that moment, all their stripes blur together, and it's very difficult for the predator to tell where one zebra ends and another begins. And that confusion can often buy them time to escape. Directly ahead of us, these big giraffe-looking things are giraffe. They stand 18 to 20 feet tall. And at the top of the hill, the brown animals with the really long horns are Nkole cattle. They can pump their own blood to and from their massive horns to raise or lower their own body temperatures, like having built-in air conditioning. A group of giraffe is called a tower. So that is a tower of giraffe. Now, like I said earlier, if at any point you guys have any questions, shout them out. Otherwise, I'm perfectly content to keep listening to myself talk. There is an elephant in front of us.
Ooh.
This is the back half. Oh, but he's turning around. Oh, he's in the water, too. I don't see them go for a swim very often, so this is a rarity even to me. And to your left are some Mandrel monkeys.
Oh, good.
The largest species of monkey in the world. They can weigh about 100 pounds with bright blue and red faces. They make that noise. Yeah, there's a baby mandrill over there as well.
Oh, there's a baby, yeah.
And this elephant here is probably a young male. I know he's young just because they get a lot bigger than this. I know he's a male because he's by himself. Male elephants are typically solitary. They live their lives alone, leaving the herd at about 11 years old. Whereas females live in herds, ruled by a dominant female called a matriarch. She is usually the oldest and wisest of the elephants. not necessarily the biggest. We're now arriving at the red clay pits. Clay pits like these are a great place to find elephants. That's because elephants will sometimes eat clay. Now I know that sounds weird, but clay has a lot of minerals in it and nutrients that elephants don't get from a diet of plants. So to an elephant, eating clay is like when a human eats a vitamin. It supplements their diet and helps them to grow big and strong.
Yeah, over there.
Around us are some more baobab trees. These trees grow 1 inch wider every year. So you can measure their age by measuring their diameter. They grow straight up at the trunk, to the point where some really old baobabs look like they were stretched using Photoshop. Oh, and there's some more Ankole cattle on your right. Each of those horns over 6 feet long. And they weigh about 10 to 15 pounds. And directly ahead of us is another elephant. We'll have a better view. Actually, I think there's a couple elephants right there. We'll have a better look at them in a moment. Just the truck ahead of us is stopped.
There they.
Here we go. Straight ahead. Ah, there are 3 elephants over here. So are these males or females?
Females.
Yeah, they're females because it's a herd. We'll see them better from across the flamingo pool. Also, there's flamingos. They're the tallest and lightest pink flamingo species. They get their pink color from a protein called beta-carotene. It's found in the shrimp that they eat. A flock of flamingo is called a flamboyance. Oh, there's 4 elephants over here.
Wow.
See them?
Yeah, he's rolling over.
Yeah, one elephant's laying down. Elephants do lay down to sleep, just like we do.
Look at that. Oh.
There she is. The rest of them are grabbing dirt.
And pooping.
It's all part of the circle of life.
We are now out here in bush country, home to large animals like this white rhinoceros.
Ooh.
White rhino will weigh about 5,500 pounds, and they can charge at 35 miles an hour. You might notice there's no barrier between us and the rhino. We have them kind of on the honor system. A rhino's skin is 2 inches thick, like armor. And although they have very poor eyesight, they have really good hearing and smell.
Yeah, look.
On our right is an ostrich. Ostriches stand 6 to 10 feet tall, and they can run over 40 miles per hour. You know that whole ostriches bury their heads in the sand thing? That's made up. They don't do that. The ostriches freak me out though, so we're gonna keep going. There's some more rhinoceros over on our left. A group of rhino is called a crash.
The ostrich turned around and went back.
There is also a cheetah ahead of us to the left. Look on the hill to your left. You can see her little head peeking up. There's 2 of them. They are both sitting down. Or they're laying down, rather. Did you know cheetah are not considered to be big cats? It's because they don't roar. They do meow, though. They can also make a high-pitched chirping noise like a bird. Ahead of us on the hill, this big rock formation is called a kopie. The kopie rocks are favorite hangouts to predators like that lion.
Taking a nap.
Lions will spend 16 to 18 hours of every day sleeping or resting.